The heart is the driving force of human life itself. It skips a beat when we're inspired. It helps us individually get to our destinations. It represents the love center. It can inspire us to great heights. Yet, for something deeply embedded into the thing we call life, we find our purpose, our very meaning, and then we go on to share it with the rest of the world. We're expanding what's possible to support the growth and enhancement of a better future. We want to help you look outside of what you know and towards a bright future. Our gift is the formula for getting your business noticed and to help you get ahead of the game.
Introduction. As we discussed in the first chapter, human resource is the most important of all, because it is the human resource who convert natural resources into a more useful form. Hence, the people of a country are considered as the most important and significant resources. All the economic activities in a country revolve around the people. The people of the country are the creators, producers, and consumers. The population, or the human resource. As we discussed in the first chapter, human resource is the most important of all, because it is the human resource who convert natural resources into a more useful form. Hence, the people of a country are considered as the most important and significant resources. All the economic activities in a country revolve around the people. The people of the country are the creators, producers, and consumers. The population, or the human resource of any country, is a driving force in its progress. Thus, the study of human resource is very important. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the human resources. Distribution of population. The way in which people are spread out across the Earth's surface is known as the pattern of population distribution. The distribution of population depends upon many factors. These are topography. Topography, that is, physical feature, is the most important factor which affects the distribution of population. Generally, mountains and plateaus do not have a high density of population due to the lack of basic facilities. Mountains and plateaus have other challenges such as cold climate, lack of cultivable land, and other facilities like transportation and communication. On the other hand, plains such as Ganga and Brahmaputra in India, Huanghe, Changjiang in China, and Nile in Egypt are densely populated due to the favorable climate and fertile land. Climate. Climate has a direct influence on human beings. Areas having very high temperature and very low temperature are unfit for habitation. Rainfall also affects the distribution of the population. Dry areas have sparse population, whereas areas having good rainfall have dense population. Soils. All the fertile plains have a high density of population because plains form the base of high agricultural productivity. Density of Ganga Brahmaputra Delta is very high due to fertile soil. Minerals. The availability of minerals in a region also affects the human population. The availability of minerals favors the growth of industry and manufacturing sectors, which lead to more employment opportunities. For example, Northwest Europe has high density of population due to availability of minerals and location of industry. Economic factors. Economic factors like development of industry, technological developments, urbanization, means of transportation and communication have a direct impact on the density of population. Industry attracts large number of workers, which results in the increase of population. Most of the industrial countries of the world are densely populated. Northeastern USA and Northwestern Europe have high density of population due to economic factors. Density of population. Number of persons living per unit of land is known as density of population. The estimated global population in the year 2010 was 6,055 million. The population in the whole world is unevenly distributed. Areas of low density. Areas having a population density of 1 to 2 persons per square kilometer are known as areas of low density. These include hot deserts like Sahara, Kalahari, Atacama, and cold deserts like some parts of Canada, Greenland, Antarctic, Gobi, etc. Amazon Basin of South America and Congo Basin of Africa are the main areas of equatorial region with low density of population. These are areas with high temperature, high humidity, and very dense forests, so the density of population is very low. Areas of moderate density. Areas having a population density below 200 persons per square kilometer are known as areas of moderate density. South India, western parts of China, Denmark, Norway, western parts of USA have moderate density of population. Areas of high density. Areas having a density above 200 persons per square kilometer are known as areas of high density. Monsoon Asia, Europe, and eastern parts of USA have a high density of population. The Monsoon Asia includes the countries like China, India, Bangladesh, Singapore, Japan, Korea, etc. Eastern coastal parts of USA and Canada also have a very high density of population. Population density of India. The density of population in India, according to 1991 census, was 261 persons per square kilometer. But now, according to 2011 census, it is 382 persons per square kilometer. West Bengal has the highest density of population. population change. The population change refers to change in the number of people during a specific time. The world population has not been stable. It has increased many folds. This is actually due to changes in the number of births and deaths, and migration also affects it. Natural growth rate, that is the difference between the birth rate, death rate, and migration, are the main factors responsible for population change of an area. Pattern of population change. The rate of population growth varies across the world. The world's total population is rising rapidly, but growth rate of population is not even in all the countries. Most of the developing countries like Kenya, India, Bangladesh have a very high growth rate of population as compared to the developed countries like Australia, France, Japan, etc. The basic cause for this high growth rate of population in developing countries is falling death rate due to improved healthcare system, whereas the birth rate is still high. In other countries like United Kingdom, population growth is slowing because of both low death and low birth rates. Population composition. Composition of population is a vast field comprising ethnic characteristics, races, tribes, language, religion, literacy, and education, age, sex, economically active population, and many more traits. The study of composition of population helps us in understanding the social, economic, and demographic structure of a population. It helps us to know the ratio of males to females in a population, which age group they belong to, how educated they are, and what type of occupations are they employed in, what is their income level and health conditions. An interesting way of studying the population composition of a country is population pyramid, also called an age-sex pyramid. A population pyramid shows the total population divided into various age groups. For example, 5 to 9 years, 10 to 14 years, and so on. The percentage of the total population is subdivided into males and females in each of those groups. It shows number of children below 15 years and reflects the level of births. It also shows us the number of aged people above 60 years, which helps to find out dependency ratio of a country. The pyramid of a country in which birth and death rate is high is broad at the base and rapidly narrows towards the top. This is because although many children are born, a large percentage of them die in their infancy. Relatively few become adults, and there are very few old people. Contrary to this, the pyramid of a country where birth rate is low will be narrow at the base. To understand this concept clearly, let's have a look at the pyramid of Kenya. The population pyramid of a country in which birth and death rates both are high is broad at the base and rapidly narrows towards the top. This is because although many children are born, a large percentage of them die in their infancy. Relatively few become adults, and there are very few old people. In countries where death rate, especially among the very young, is less than the birth rate, the pyramid is broad in the younger age groups because more infants survive and reach adulthood. This can be seen in the population pyramid for India. Such populations contain a relatively large number of young people, and this means a strong and expanding labor force. Now look at this pyramid, which is narrow at the base. In countries where birth rate is low, the pyramid will be narrow at the base. For example, low birth rates make the pyramid of Japan narrow at the base. The pyramid is wider in the middle and stays quite wide until the very top, as there is a sizable percentage of older people. Decreased death rates allow number of people to reach old age.